I am so excited that you have joined as a Pampered Chef consultant on our team. My name is Julie Ritter, and I'm excited to give you some tips. It's going to be about 10 minutes of the best tips for you to get off to a strong start in your new Pampered Chef business. So, first of all, I want to tell you, you have an amazing opportunity in front of you, and you only get to be a new consultant once. So let's make sure that we make this the best start that it can be, and that you take this shiny new business of yours and get more from it than you ever imagined. I've been doing Pampered Chef for 22 plus years, and all of my expectations have been exceeded. I've gotten more from this business than I ever could have imagined, and I want the same for you. So the first thing I want to tell you is that our Pampered Chef business works best in the form of parties. We are all about parties. Now, we have great products that people love, and we can sell them to people one-on-one, but it takes a really long time to build a business if you sell one-on-one, one food chopper at a time, one baking stone at a time. But when you do a party and you're selling to a group of people, your time is better spent, your profit is much greater, and you have much more momentum in your business. So a lot of your training and what I'm going to focus on for the next 10 minutes is how to have a strong business focused on parties. All right. So I'm going to be peeking at notes so I don't leave anything out. So the first thing you want to do is find, excuse me, your host. So where are you going to find host? You're going to see your director or myself is going to send you a cheat sheet to brainstorm ideas of people you know. We actually call it the Franks and Beans list. And the Franks and Beans list breaks down for you in an acronym, and I want you to picture Frank, F-R-A-N-K, and Beans, B-E-A-N-S. We're gonna just talk about Franks at the top. F in Frank stands for friends, and you're gonna brainstorm all of your friends. You're gonna start with your closest friend, your newest friend, your friend you've known the longest. Anybody that comes to your mind when you think of friend, you just jot their name down. You don't overthink it. You don't need to think, well, I don't want to write their name down. They might not want to have a party. You write their name down no matter what when you're brainstorming, because it's going to help you maybe later think of someone else's name. So go for it. F is for friends. R is for relatives, and you're thinking in-laws, outlaws, favorite relatives, not so favorite relatives, anybody you write on there. A in FRA stands for acquaintances or associates, and this is your neighbors or your coworkers, past coworkers, even long ago coworkers. N stands for neighbors. Who do you know from the neighborhood? Who do you know from a neighborhood business? Do you know the ladies at the grocery store or a person at the post office? Think neighborly. Where do I do business? That's where I want to do business. If you give a business money, you can get money from a business too. So think neighborhood. Next in K is K. Think of kid contacts. If you have kids, who do you know because of your kids? Who's their doctor, their coach, their teacher, their best friend's mom? If you don't have kids, do you have nieces and nephews? Do you have pets? If you have pets, who's the groomer? Who's the vet? Who could you meet at the dog park? I think you get the idea. It's really important, which is why I took these last few minutes to go over this with you, because we know way more people than we think we do. The start to your business is who are you going to ask and who's going to start. So take the time now to brainstorm your Franks and Beans list. That's going to kind of get you going. And then eventually you're going to just pull out your phone and just go through every contact you have. And you're just literally going to reach out to them, because everyone has a stomach. Everyone eats something, and you can reach out to them. So that's the first step, is who you're going to host with. Who do you know? And then the question is, how do you ask for a booking? Well, I'm going to have your director or myself will give you the exact words to say. But when you ask for a booking, you always have to do it in a way that ends with a question. So what do I mean by that? That you would ask for the booking and say, so what do you think? Would you like to host? You don't want to say, let me know. Or, down the road, something like that. You need to say, what do you think? Or would you like to be one of my hosts? So let me give you a sample of the words you can say, but we'll send them to you too. And when you do this, you want to include excitement and urgency. So we're saying something like, hi, I'm a new Pampered Chef consultant. I'm so excited because I'm setting up my first round of parties. I would love to include you as one of my hosts. What does that take from you if you host a virtual party with me? It's really easy. Just say yes, and then I do the rest. I'll have a couple of quick tasks for you to do each day, no more than 5 or 10 minutes. At the end of the week, you'll have a nice shopping spree and you'll be helping me launch my business too. I think you'll love the party experience, and so will your friends. What do you think? Would you like to host a party? Did you hear anything in there that sounded desperate, that sounded not excited? Because people want to do business with people that are confident and excited, not someone who's desperate or saying something like, yeah, I just started Pampered Chef. I kind of need some help. Would you mind having a party? That doesn't sound exciting. So I'm going to send you the words, or your director is going to send you more words, but I wanted you to hear me say them so that you get the idea of why we choose those words, why we don't say things that sound desperate or that just don't sound excited. We're always excited and creating urgency. All right. So first it's who's going to host. Second, how will you ask? What will you say? And now you want to think about, what do you think are reasons why a few people might say no if you ask them to book a party? We call these the booking objections. Objections to booking might be, I don't need any products, or I don't do parties. They might say, I don't know enough people. They might say, I'm too busy. Whatever the reason is, you can handle a booking objection with 3 simple words, a phrase: feel, felt, found. You would say something like, oh, I understand how you feel. I felt that way too, or others felt that way too. But what I found is, and then you give a solution. So I'll give you an example. If I ask someone to book a party and they say, I'm too busy, which I hear a lot, I say, oh my gosh, I totally understand how you feel. I felt that way too. It is busy, busy here. But you know what I found? The people who are the busiest know the most people, honestly have the best parties, and they actually love a break from their busy lives to just party either on Facebook or in person. And they're going to really appreciate the extra food tips, meal plan ideas that I share so they can save time when they're trying to cook. What do you think? Would you like to host a party? So I understand how you feel. I felt that way too. But what I found is, and you give a solution, and then you end by asking the question again. So if I could help you solve that problem, would you want to host? Or something like that. Okay? Feel, felt, found. It works for booking objections. It works for selling objections. It works for recruiting objections. So get really comfortable with, I understand how you feel. I felt that way too. But what I found is, go through the most common objections you think you're going to hear and practice them. Maybe you can role play with a neighbor, a friend, or your spouse or your kids. Don't wing it. You can do it. All right? So let's talk about, now that you know who you're reaching out to, you know what you're going to say, you know how to handle objections, we need to get your calendar ready. When are you going to work? So first and foremost, you need to mark down on your calendar in ink your 30-day date and your 90-day date. Those were dates assigned to you from Pampered Chef that tell you what your promotion period is. Your 30-day date is based on when, about 30 days from when your kit would arrive, and 90 days from when your kit would arrive. And there's certain incentives that only you as a new consultant get, and they're based on those dates. Don't miss your chance to cash in on these rewards. I don't get them now because I'm not new anymore, but you can get them. And it's an amazing way to get momentum in your business and to really cash in on amazing rewards. So let me tell you what these rewards are in just a minute. But first, besides writing down on your calendar, whether your calendar is on your phone, or if you're like me and you do the old-fashioned calendar that, yes, I still use, you're going to also write down family obligations, birthdays, trips away, whatever things you have going on, you're going to write those on your calendar. And then you're going to look back, and you can take your pencil, or you can take a yellow highlighter. Some people like to use a green highlighter because green means making money, and they mark all the days that they could do parties. Now, you know right now if you're going to do live cooking parties, or are you going to do virtual parties? And if you're going to do virtual parties, I'm going to talk to that now. Virtual parties work well in bunches or groups. So my recommendation is to do 4 virtual parties in 4 different social circles in your first week. How cool is that? You will get great momentum. You're going to learn so much. And at the end of the week, you will have earned enough to get some rewards a nice commission check, and you're going to be ready for business. Now, it is just as easy to do 4 parties as it is to do 1 in the virtual world, and they work best in bunches. So when I mentioned doing 4 parties in 4 different social circles, this is what I mean from your Franks list. 1 from your friends group, 1 from the relatives, 1 from the acquaintance, and 1 from the neighbors. Because picture 4 different social circles spiraling out for you. Sometimes new consultants' biggest concern is, am I going to run out of bookings? What if people don't want to book with me? If you are intentional and we really strategize and you start different circles going, it will keep going and you will keep your business fresh. That's why we don't want to do everybody from work as your first parties. We want to mix it up a little bit. So 4 parties in 4 different social circles in your first week of business. You can do it, and you've got the words to say, and you're going to reach out to people and let them know. And then once they book a party, you're going to say, great, I'm going to get back to you on all the party details as soon as I learn more. And then your director is going to send you a document on how to prep for your first party. But if you don't have parties booked, we don't even need to talk about that yet. So first things first, remember what I told you at the very beginning of this video, our business works best in the form of a party. Okay, so what you're going to do is decide 4 parties in 1 week. Do you want to do 4 in 1 week, 4 the next week, 4 the next week? Would you like to do 16 parties in a week? You would probably sell well over $3,000 or $4,000 in your first month when you do that. If you have a different speed in mind, you get to choose the pace of your business. But I am going to recommend your business is like an airplane. And when an airplane needs to get off the ground, it needs speed and momentum on the runway, and then it lifts up. Your business is the same. You don't want to dawdle around on the airplane and not get off the ground. So I'm going to push you and challenge you to get going with 4 parties in your very first week. And I'd love for you to also have 4 parties in the second week. And at the end of that 2-week training period, if you say that was too much, it wasn't comfortable for me, then you can pull back. But guess what? Your business would have been launched by now. You will have made some good money and you'll really know what you're doing and you'll feel a lot more confident. If you do 1 party, skip a couple weeks, do a party, it's hard to get momentum. It's hard to learn and get better. So are you up for that challenge? 4 parties in 4 social circles in your very first week. You can do it. And the consultants that are doing it are loving their business. Now, besides commission, what's in it for you? Remember, I mentioned your 30-day and your 90-day. Well, you have an amazing opportunity to earn a whole collection of products. The first $500 that you submit in your first 30 days, you're going to earn our ceramic egg cooker and our mini skinny scraper. That's valued at $24. It's just a bonus they're going to ship you in the form of product on top of your commission check. I'll take it. If you don't want it, you have a great hostess gift or a birthday gift that you can give away. The next level is $1,250 in sales, $1,250 in your first 90 days. When you do that, you get the 8-inch nonstick frying pan with the removable handle that has a lifetime warranty. It's valued at $7. What? This is just the best. There's more. At $2,500, when you submit $2,500, which on average is 5 parties. Remember what my challenge to you is? 4 in your first week, 4 in your second week, you would easily hit this level. At this level, not only would you get that first nonstick frying pan, this level, you're also going to get the 10-inch stainless steel nonstick skillet. It's worth $145. Amazing. You'll love it for all kinds of cooking, or you have a great gift to give away if you don't want it. Finally, the one that you're absolutely going for ASAP is to earn the knife block set, valued at $369. It is amazing. You're going to receive that when you submit $5,000 in your first 90 days. And you can do that in 30 days, 45 days, 60 days. It will change your business. So there's a lot of products in addition to commission you can earn. Now, you also have an opportunity to promote to director and share what you're loving about your business with your friends, your host, and a curious and excited guest. They can start a Pampered Chef business under you, and you will be rewarded with $100 cash when each of them hits $1,250 in their first 90 days. $100 bonus for you. They get all the same rewards you do, We will help train them, but you get rewarded. So why wouldn't you tell everybody? Why wouldn't you tell them how much you love it? And when 5 people come on your team, you actually could get a new title called director and get a $500 cash bonus on top of your $100 bonuses. So if you like cash, that's the deal to go for. All right. Most of your training that you need is found in Dash. And I want you to go into Dash and work your way through there. Set your pace, study up on how to book parties, study up on how to host coach. There's so much information in there that I'm not going to cover it in this video, but I want to tell you, Dash is your best friend. Dash should be someplace that you visit regularly and you keep studying your business and reach out to your director weekly or daily if you need to for extra help. Have confidence in all that you can do with your Pampered Chef business. The sky is the limit. You can earn free vacations. You can pay off debt. You can save for rainy days, braces, vacations. Anything is possible with Pampered Chef. Have an amazing business, and please reach out if you need anything at all.